into learning, playing games, entertaining themselves on a cyberspace, and this brings about a lot of threats.
Right.
From as little as 2-3 years, you find children having entertainment on the internet, and this has really brought a lot of threats. Cyberbullying, like you rightly stated, harassment, finding people grooming children on
is that
space.
common? Is grooming common?
Yes, it's very
grooming is very common.
Yeah,
it's very common.
Okay, how common is it? And then we come to the policeman. How common is it?
So a lot of children are online now. So from our side, we see them using the internet, and these adults impersonate children. They take children's pictures and use it as their own, put the age range of children in these apps, chat children, make sure they build their trust, and feel that they exploit them sexually.
Okay, so what is grooming? Like, break it down for us and explain it to those of us who are hearing it for the first time. What is grooming online?
So online grooming is an adult taking the form of a child to gain a child's trust purposely for sexual exploitation.
Okay.
Yeah.
How common do we see that?
Very, 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 very common. Very, very common. Like we stated, most of the children these days are online, either for entertainment or for education.
Okay.
And adults who are predators go into these forums, create persona that mimic those of children.
Okay.
And then with that, like Egan rightly stated, they gain the trust of these kids, and then from there they manage to get them from as far as Kumasi. A very vivid case scenario is where someone actually was able to manage and convince this child from Kumasi, and then brought this child to Accra. And then when they're able to gain this trust, these children will end up not even telling their parents or their friends about who these people are. They've met someone who gives them all the confidence they need, who gives them all the care, love they think they are craving for, and then they manage to gain their trust and then bring them to any location they want. And then children are always going to be children.
Right, yeah.
They easily get convinced, and then they get them to Accra, Tamale, anywhere, and then get to have their ways with them.
So satisfy our curiosity, for this child that came from Kumasi, how old was this child?
13.
And so how did the case pan out? What's the end result?
Okay, so usually we get our cases reported by LECMEC. LECMEC is an international NGO where they pick up signs from social media platforms. So what they do is, most of the cases we receive at the cybercrime units are from LECMEC. Okay, they pick signs from social media, and then we got a tip from LECMEC, and then we follow it up. We're able to make the arrest, and the person was prosecuted as such.
Okay. So now let's come back to first a child owning an account. What's the right age for a child to start having an online account? What's the advisable age?
In other jurisdictions, every app has its own age rating.
Okay.
Some have 13, some have 18, some have 17. But in our jurisdiction, sadly, our children have access to all the platforms.
Why?
Because they are able to input fake ages, and there are no restrictions. In other jurisdictions, children are banned. You have your data in the system, so you cannot fake your age on the app because all your information is in the system. But in our jurisdiction, it is not so. So children are able to even state 18 when the child is 10 years. And they're able to access all these apps. We talk about Telegram that has a lot of pornographic materials that children have access to. We talk about one of the serious issues we are having now when it comes to those games, Roblox.
What's that, please? Educate us. What's that?
So it's an app and
it's called what? It's called
Roblox. ROBLOX.
Roblox.
Yes.
Parents, there's a code coming out. Okay,
it's
we're all
for children.
Yes.
What's
it's creating like a game where children play. But beneath it, there are adults who have created accounts as children. They can message these children, they can chat them up, and some are able to even request pictures from children, and through that they start sextortion.
What's that too, please?
So after they build a child's trust through online grooming, the next phase is, oh, I want to see how you look, send me a picture. The child keeps telling them information about themselves, their family, and all that. And through that, they are able to request, oh, send me a picture of this side of your body, let me see. It starts like a casual something, but ends up with serious implications. So children build that kind of confidence in that stranger, that they're able to send nude pictures and all that to that stranger.
Okay. So for the app Roblox and other apps like this, how do parents stop their children from getting onto these apps? Every child now has a mobile phone with internet that's working.
Yeah, so like the app, the way the app works is it's more like, you see, in the olden days where we have gaming console, where it's not you don't have the communication aspect of it, you don't have the IM or instant messaging application aspect of it. That is a different kind of gaming console.
Okay.
Here you have more like a Facebook Messenger embedded into a video game. Okay, so whilst you are having the video game, you are able to chat or converse with the person you are playing, the game with. So what the bad actors are actually utilizing is to create accounts, mimicking children, and then you start by maybe thinking you are playing with your age mates, and then from there the whole love thing starts. Who are you? How do I even know who I'm playing with? Okay, then start by send just a normal picture of yourself. Then from there, this picture of yourself, you look very pretty, and what have you? Okay, and then you notice most of the games are for the male children. Okay, so most at times what the bad actors do is to mimic females. Okay, unlike how we usually see a male coming for a girl. This time around they act as the girls, and then this extortion aspect come where they try to get a nude video of yourself or picture of yourself, and then from there they start extorting you, bring money, or I'm going to make your school see these pictures of you, or your parents see these pictures of you, and then from there these kids get scared, and then they either try to commit suicide or try to harm themselves.
This is serious. What are the signs parents should look out for?
Can I add another one?
Yes.
Brain rot.
What's brain rot?
Brain rot.
Okay. What does this app do? What's it like?
So it also has a lot of characters that children can use to form their own characters and play with. But underneath it's something else. It has languages that are different from whatever we speak. It's not a normal language. Children are picking this thing, and it's so addictive. They spend hours on these apps, develop all kinds of things, all kinds of human beings and play things, AI generated sexual content, and that kind of language that children have started speaking.
What sort of things perhaps do they create? Can you tell us some of the things
they can create humans, those kind of toy humans, but they can put different parts, create the way they want the person to look like.
So the person can have a head of a crocodile, the body of a Caucasian.
You can do anything with it because it gives you that access to do anything you want in that space.
This is called brain rot.
Brain rot.
Parents, there are two apps you need to look out for right now: Roblox and brain rot. So what signs should parents look out for, or what signs are parents missing?
Depression. You usually will find your kid who usually is very active, now is very secretive.
Okay.
They become very secretive. They tend not to talk to their friends, their parents about things that are happening. They start hiding their phones, unlike you see your child sitting in the sitting room and then giggling, playing games. This time around they start to, every now and then they try to go into their rooms to interact on their phones. Then their results, we've had instances where parents may not even notice this at all until teachers will start noticing, okay, the grades of the kids are actually going down, and that's where they will actually notice that something's wrong. Usually, an active child in school, very sporty, playing sports and everything. This time around, during break period, in their classroom, reserved and all those things. Those are signs you have to notice that something's really wrong with this child.
Okay, and they also stay on their phones a lot.
Okay.
Children who are chatting other adults, predators, they stay on their phone for a long time. And if you have Wi-Fi at home and there are no restrictions, some of these children stay on. A child told me he stays on the internet as long as 12 a.m. So I asked, where are your parents? Oh, they sleep. Where is the phone? The phone is with me in my bedroom.
Okay.
So there's free access of internet. Parents are at work, and when the children close, they're at home all by themselves. There are no restrictions, so they do whatever they like online.
Okay, so Dana, tell us how parents should keep their children safe on the internet. What are some of the ways?
A password on the Wi-Fi, restricted access, and every app your child uses, you the parent should be in the know. Make sure you put parental control on every app your child has access to. And if there are gadgets at home, make sure they don't keep it personally. They use it at home, and when there's time to sleep, keep that gadget away from the child. They shouldn't keep phones and tablets in their bedrooms. Those items should be kept with parents.
Okay. How about you? From a police perspective, what should we do to keep our children safe on the internet?
Yeah, before going to the police perspective, every device from the hardware to the software aspect have controls, parental controls. So you can start from the application. Almost all the social media platforms have restriction where you can control what a child can have access to. Even if the account was created with a parental or an adult profile, there's still a way in the settings where you can still restrict most of this. YouTube and then all the other applications have the kids version. So as much as possible, you can restrict them to those kids version. And then the hardware aspect as well, there are settings you can put on the device where it will restrict the kind of resource the device can access. And in addition to that, like Egan rightly stated, the password on the Wi-Fi, do not make your kids have access to it all the time. Put some restriction on it as much as possible, because the cyberspace is actually a word on its own. It's actually everything happening right now in the physical world is happening there. And the same way we're advising our kids whilst we're young, don't talk to strangers and what have you. The same thing applies here. This is a situation whereby it's like the world is open and then strangers are coming left, right, centers. What we can do to restrict those kids from talking to strangers is by putting those restrictions on the application and then the hardware as well.
Now, the challenge, unfortunately, most of the parents have no idea about these things. They have the internet all right, but they don't know how to put some of these restrictions, on the devices at home. Okay,
so if being at home is a challenge for the parents, how about teachers? Is there a way that we can sort of incorporate digital safety into our education system somehow? What do you think?
Yes, we can. So one thing we can do is that teachers can be trained, and even if it's 5 minutes a day or a week at their morning assemblies, just a sentence or two to remind the children about digital safety. It will also help.
Okay, right. How about you?
And from our end at the Child Protection Digital Forensic Laboratory, we do collaborate with the CSA, the National Cybersecurity Authority, where we do a lot of training. We go awareness creation in schools, from the basic schools to the tertiary level. We do a lot of awareness creation. We try to take parents and teachers through this whole how to place some form of restriction on accounts, on profiles, on devices and what have you. So like she rightly stated, the parents are not aware, teachers are not most of the times aware. So we try to create those kind of awareness and then we send them to the ground. Yeah.
Okay, so realistically, to both of you, when do you think Ghana would get there? Just this last week in another country, they have with TikTok, they've banned children from having accounts up until you're 16, and then your account will be open for you, and you can create another one. Realistically, is Ghana going to get there soon?
It's possible. It's possible. But what I think can be done is maybe from that creation of a profile whereby children do not have access to IDs. That's okay. So in the other countries, if this is a child, you know this is a child. Okay, in terms of their digital identity. Even from their SIM card, the SIM card they are going to purchase and what have you is going to be restricted to a child, because you are actually going to go there to get that ID, that SIM card with your ID, which indicates you are 13 years. There's no way you are going to use, you are going to get a SIM card like I used to procure or create an account for an adult, while is for a child. So I think if the states can actually look into that. If this person standing here is a child, their digital identity should indicate that they are children.
We'll get there one day. We'll get there one day. Ghana, how are you? What are your thoughts about Ghana getting to a point where you'd actually know who owns this account and will be able to monitor?
So we will have to now move from policy to action. And as my colleague rightly said, if every child has their own ID, we can start from there and ensure that adults don't prey on little children and take false accounts to bully children online.
And so in wrapping up, what do you want parents to know? I mean, children are going to be, they're home actually. So
they'll be vacating soon.
Yes. And so how should parents maneuver during this season?
They should just put passwords. Ensure children are children. They should play as children. Let's keep the gadgets away. Children have become so isolated that that kind of social thing no longer exists. Let's allow children to be children. Let's keep the tablets away. Let them play. Christmas time, families will be coming around. Let's keep gadgets and let children play as children for once.
I think most parents kind of okay, you take the tablet and go away. Kind of.
Let me have my peace.
Let me have my peace, which is not working. I think they think, most parents think the internet is just an isolated place where you can just push them to. No, it's actually a big world. So once you give them that tablet, you are actually exposing them or pushing them into a big world where strangers from left, from Uganda, from Japan and everywhere are just coming into your home. Yes. So they should be very mindful of the time they allow their kids to be on the devices.
Yes, thank you so much for coming. Please come again and let's have a conversation and give us more tips as to the apps parents should look out for. We've been having a conversation with a social development consultant, Diana Hager, and she's a member of the Pediatric Society of Ghana, also Terence Adam's Child Protection, Digital Forensic Laboratory and Cybercrime Unit of the CID headquarters with the Ghana Police Service. And our conversation this morning has been on ending digital violence for children, the tips to look out for and how to keep them safe. And the two apps you have to look out for is Roblox and Brain Rot. Guys, this has been our segment. If you go back on our Facebook and our YouTube, the whole conversation is there and you can get a rerun. We'll see you on the next segment.
Hi, this is GBC Client Service.
Hello.